base hit. 1 run will score. Rounding and holding at second base. The ball got away momentarily, but they get it back in, and Colby is on the board. The pitch. There's a shot to right field, but right at the right fielder, Rafael ranges, didn't have to range anywhere, folks. He just stood right there in his tracks and made the catch. My parents would tell you that I started broadcasting when I was about probably 11 or 12 years old, when I was told I needed to go get the cows out of the pasture. And a lot of good memories here, a lot of good memories. Mingo, Kansas, half-mile west, the home place. They could hear me doing broadcast baseball play-by-play because I was the voice of the New York Yankees. And so here I was gibbering all the way in from getting the cows in. I always tried to take as much time as I could because I really enjoyed doing it. The first time I ever actually did a play-by-play of a game was a softball game when I was a sophomore at Berean Academy. Then I came to Colby Community College in 1969. There was a discussion about starting a radio program, and there was 3 of us in the class. And it was a 2-semester class of broadcasting, and we actually gave the radio stations its call letters, KTCC FM, and has been on to this very day. When I left Colby Community College, I met this gorgeous woman. Ended up, we got married, and I didn't continue my education. In 1976, I had an opportunity to move my family to Illinois to do the University of Illinois broadcasts. And here I was doing the University of Illinois. The last game I did the year before in football, as an example, was from a haystack in southeast Colorado. And the next fall, the first football game I did at the University of Illinois Memorial Stadium, seating 80,000 people. Now, I was having a grand old time. My wife wasn't having such a grand time at home with 2 kids, didn't know anybody around there at all.
I don't know that I was very supportive of that. That's one of my regrets in our marriage, is that I was not happy there, and because I think he loved it there and he could have been a big time sports broadcaster. I went through that season, did the games, went through the second season, and I got a call one day in May of '79, and Kay Melia, my old boss in Goodland, called me and he said, "Rich," he said, "how you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm doing what I'm doing, broadcasting and sales here in Illinois. How would you like to come back to Goodland, Kansas?" And we moved back in June of that year, and I went to work at KLOE, and I was there till for the next 16 years, till 1987. And so then in '88, I was offered a job in Topeka working for the governor, Governor Hayden, and at the same time when we moved, and we did move, our family, I was doing sports at WIBW. Well, the TV station in Colby, KLBY TV. The ABC affiliate, the people that ran that were out of Wichita. Cake TV called and said, "Hey, we need a sales manager out in Northwest Kansas. Would you consider coming out there?" I talked to him, we made the deal, I came out, but the first question I asked him, I said, "Listen, I'd love to do sports. If I have an opportunity to do broadcast play-by-play, as long as I get my work done for KLBY, do you care?" "I don't care at all." "I don't care, do whatever you want, just make sure you get your sales done." So I decided, I think I'm gonna see if I can buy time on the local radio station. So I called the station manager and I said, "I got an idea. Would you sell me 3 hours of airtime on your FM station?" Well, he said, "Would you give us $50 an hour?" I said, "Yeah, 3 hours, I'd do that, probably, yeah." "What do you got in mind?" I said, "Well, I think I'd like to do Colby High School football."
Colby High School band, pep band with the national anthem here as we get ready for Colby High School and Oakley Plainsman football tonight here at Denton Field in Colby.
And I sold and formed a booster club, a Colby High School broadcast booster club. Then in '07, the new owners came in and they said, "We would like to bring that in-house." And so I went back and I said, "I don't think I'm going to take up your offer." And so I'm done with it. I'm done here at the radio station. Then I thought, what am I going to do now? Colby Community College. And I said, "Listen, I need a place to broadcast Colby sports. If I paid you what I paid the radio station every time I did a game, would you be open to letting me do that on the college radio station. And the president thought that was a great idea.
Billy and Colby, it is time for Trojan men's basketball. Tonight, the Colby College Trojan men taking on the Butler Grizzlies in the fourth game in conference play. The Trojans coming in.
And by the time the next season ended in 2008, they no longer wanted the services of Rich Epp and J&R Marketing. I turned around and I was out of a job again. Lost the station, the main station, then I lost the college station. Now what do? I mean, be a car salesman, sell clothes. I didn't know what to do. I really didn't. I was very, very nervous.
Sometimes it was really hard. It was hard to watch him, try to figure out what to do, what not to do. And I could tell he was really worried and he didn't sleep well. And so I was kind of worried about him. But, we would talk about it, and every time we'd come up with the simple fact that God's got it. We hand it over to him. He'll figure it out for us. And he has.
And I met up with two guys at coffee. And I said, guys, I'm not going to be on the college station anymore. They've told me that I'm not welcome there anymore. And I said, I really don't know what to do. And a guy, they're both deceased at this time, but Larry McDonald and Ron Bowler, both friends of mine, said, hey, Rich, have you ever thought about video streaming sports? I said, what are you talking about? Video streaming the high school sports so people can watch it on their tablets, phones, computers, watch it on the computers. I said, you're way over my head, fellas. I have no idea how this is going to work, or even if it would work.
Here to Makeba, up the floor. Long shot for Makeba. Oh, got it! A three-point shot! Colby wins again!
What are we going to name it? And I said, I have no idea. I mean, Ep Sports or what? I don't know. I have no idea. He said, you have a story that's similar to a biblical story in Genesis, where Isaac had these guys and they dug a well and they ran him off, and then they dug another well and they ran him off. And then finally on the third well, they found water and they got to keep it. It was good. But the name of that well was Open Spaces. And that's how Open Spaces came to be.
It's time now for another live video streaming broadcast right here on OpenSpacesSports.com. And now the longtime legendary voice, Rich Epp.
And welcome to Scott City, Kansas, and welcome to Sub-State Championship Basketball. As the Trojans take on the Conquistadors of Dodge City in games 3 and 4 of this 4-game series. And welcome to Denon Field, and welcome to a Friday night playoff football matchup between the Colby Eagles and the Kingman Eagles. First round action this afternoon. The Colby Eagles taking on the Holcomb Longhorns. Hi, everybody. I'm Rich Epp. I'll have the broadcast coverage for you on Open Spaces Sports this afternoon.
We started with Colby alone, and in 2 years we added Hoxie. The third year we added Oakley, and the fourth year we added Sharon Springs, and we do up to 25 schools in western Kansas. And we've done it now for 15 years.
I'm so proud of him. I am so proud because of his hard work, and especially with Open Spaces. And you can just see it. You can see your kid out there playing, your grandkid. It's amazing.
Well, clearly Open Spaces Sports is a family affair.
Welcome back here to the broadcast. Cody Epp, Kane Epp will join me on the broadcast tonight as we get set to go for another Mid-Continent League matchup here in the regular season. Just a couple of games left before we get to our Christmas break.
I'm Christy Epp here on Open Spaces Sports. 19-12, Weston leads.
So that spans, where have I done games? Colorado, when I first started at KLOE, the state tournament. Nebraska, the state tournament. Illinois, the state tournament. Kansas, the state tournament. A little over 10,500 broadcasts in a span of 55 years.